Hello, you beautiful, beautiful people. Today we're jumping in the 2018 Saleen S1, a brand new car to Forza Horizon 4. We're checking out upgrades, customization, and what this thing can do in game. So if you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. We are well on our way to 20,000 subscribers. A like rating would be much appreciated. Let's go check out the Saleen S1. Now, to unlock the Saleen S1 and add it to your garage, you need to grab 50% completion of the spring season for Series 36. And here it is, the 2018 Saleen S1. And straight off the bat, I've got to say, I'm not too keen on how this sounds. I think they've taken the sound from the Turbo Rally engine and then slightly tweaked it. I'm just not overly fond. But we've got a turbocharged inline-4 engine, mid-engined rear-wheel drive, 450 horsepower, 442 foot-pounds of torque. We weigh 2,685 pounds, sitting somewhere in the middle of S1. But like I say, not too fond on how it sounds. How it looks, I think it looks absolutely incredible. Saleen absolutely knocked it out of the park with the looks of this thing. It looks absolutely amazing. Now, I've got a couple of builds in mind. Obviously, I want to build a fully fledged race car, as it is a modern supercar after all, and it's got that kind of feel about it. But I also want to test it drifting if we can at some point. But first, we're going to take it for a race completely bone stock. Here we go, a little bit of amble side sprint, unbeatable driver tires. Let's let the Saleen rip, being rear wheel drive, a little bit of wheel spin off the line, all the driver tires taking off into the distance. Got a little bit of rain for some reason. Sure, I put it on clear and summer, but we'll have to deal with what we've got. Send it up the inside, not too bad. Grip seems to be pretty good in the Saleens. We're sandwiched between a GTR and a Gallardo. Send up the inside if I don't get blocked. Grip seems to be good. Handling seems to be not too bad. I think where we're lacking is speed, which is weird to say as we've got 450 horsepower. Definitely, I don't know, I can't put my finger on it. Is it speed or acceleration that we're lacking in? Making all the right noises, not really going anywhere. Brakes feel good. Handling definitely feels good if I wasn't being pushed around by an i8. Here we go, a couple more switchbacks. Let's see what the Saleen S1 can do. Send up the inside, power on, lever the throttle. Power out. All good. Acceleration, definitely lacking. Definitely lacking. It sticks to the road like glue. Being rear wheel drive and mid-engine, it's not too bad. Go round the outside of the i8. And then on to the finish line. Yeah, it's not too bad. Handling, I'm liking. I mean, we could upgrade it a little bit. That's across the line. First place, just lacking in speed and acceleration. Now, like I said, and I think you'll all agree with me here, the look of the Saleen S1 is absolutely fantastic. It's just lacking in speed and acceleration. Luckily, with Forza Horizon 4, we can sort that with some good old upgrades and engine conversions. So we'll whip out our stock 2.5 litre 450 horsepower engine. We can either put in a 3 litre V8 Racing 475 horsepower, Racing V12 750 horsepower, or a Racing V6 360 horsepower. So the engine swaps are not going to disappoint this time round. Question is though, which one do we go for? Now, for our race car build, I want to try and keep it in S1, so we'll go for the 3 litre V8 Racing engine. Now, call me crazy, but I'm actually going to keep the Saleen rear-wheel drive. I want to try and keep the weight down as much as possible. By swapping in four-wheel drive, we gain 100 pounds in weight. So we're going to keep the Saleen rear-wheel drive. I'm going to go ahead and bolt on some twin turb skis, adding 147 horsepower. Now, completely bone stock, the Saleen S1 handled really well, so we're not going to upgrade the tyre compounds. We are going to make the fronts a little bit wider, 285s, and the rears a little bit wider at 355s. They are absolutely huge. And of course, with any new car to Horizon 4, we've got the good old track width front and rear. Not that this car needs any help or looking any better than it already does, but that track width and that fitment is pretty much on point. Aero and appearance on the Saleen S1. I'm not actually going to do it. I'm going to keep it as slippery as possible to make it sort of the fastest S1 car we can. But if we go ahead and fit the Forza front flap, that's how it's going to look if you choose to do it. And of course, the Forza rear flap as well does take off the Saleen ducktail on the back and adds the Forza carbon fibre rear spoiler. It doesn't actually look too bad on this car. Some cars it looks okay, some cars it looks absolutely terrible. And Saleen, it doesn't look too bad. But like I say, we're not going to fit it. We're going to keep this car as slippery as possible. Suspension options, we've got race springs, we've got rally springs, and we've got drift springs. Drift springs obviously always lower it a little bit more than it is, and it looks absolutely fantastic on drift springs. But race springs is what we're going with. Doesn't lower it as much, doesn't look as good, but still looking pretty good. Weight reduction, we can actually get a cheeky sport rate reduction, bringing us down to £2,300, saving 136 pounds in weight. I think I'm actually going to do that as we have upped the horsepower already to 622. Okay, after some power upgrades on the Saleen S1, the final figures: £2,375 in weight, 691 horsepower, up from 450. We're sitting at the top of S1 900, 71,000 credits worth of upgrades. Painting options for the Saleen S1. We've got nothing in advanced, unfortunately. We do have a few manufacturer colours to choose from. We've got this orange, which I actually really like. There's not many cars nowadays you can buy in orange. We've got red, and then we've got white. And of course, you've got all the normal colours in here as well. I think this Saleen sort of yellow that they do, that is actually missing from the manufacturer colours. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. Here we go then, upgraded 2018 Saleen S1 rear-wheel drive, 691 horsepower. Let's get it. Can we get the win? Again on a slightly damp track. Not sure what's going on with me today, picking the wet weather races. Can we get an overtake in the first corner? Yes, we can. I think I was correct in not adding aero. This thing seems to handle pretty well. And I think the speed is there now. I think we're good. 691 horsepower seems to be doing it. I mean, time will tell as we head onto the next straight. Get around this left-hander. And then we'll open it up. Can we keep up with that 4 GT? That is the question. Come on, Saleen. Come on. Crazy to think this thing costs 100,000 in real life. 100k you'll be spending on this car. Absolutely insane money. Come on, can we at least get on the podium? Can we get past the Akira? Go on, round the outside, go on. Yes, into third. Go, cross the line. Now I said I want to go drifting in the Saleen S1, which we will do at the end of the video, but there's one more thing I want to do with the Saleen. Let's go as fast as we can. To do that, I need to swap in the racing V12 and then add as much power as we can. So that means twin turbos and then fully upgrading all of the power upgrades. And to go with that, we're also going to fit race tires, full race weight reduction, and any other upgrades we can get on the Saleen S1. Effectively, just fully upgrading it to the max, full aero, the lot. Let's see what the Saleen S1 is capable of. Okay, so full upgrades on the Saleen S1 Racing V12. 2,367 pounds in weight, 1,191 horsepower, top of S2, 998, and 119,400 credits worth of upgrades. Here we go then in the fully upgraded Saleen S1 full race mode. Racing V12, racing tyres, race suspension, race brakes, you name it, we've got it. We've even got full aerodynamics to try and help with the handling with that 1,200 horsepower. Of course, with four-wheel drive as well. Come on, Saleen S1, we're already up to 6th place. Can we pull out a win in this final race? Final hurrah for the Saleen S1. Come on! Around the outside of the GTR, we're going to understeer slightly to keep it off the grass. Very nice, get a little bit wobbly. All good. Send up the inside. Come on, been out accelerated by the GTR. It's actually not too bad. Now that we've got the aerodynamics and the power to go with it, this thing actually shifts. I mean, that was 120-ish coming around that corner. It actually moves itself. In saying that, we are slightly struggling. I know we've got full aerodynamics, but we are struggling a little bit with the top speed. Hard on the brakes, down the inside. It's the handling and the braking where the S1 really performs. It's still that top speed and acceleration where it's lacking. But still, it's a fantastic car with this racing V12. 1,200 horsepower. As we understeer slightly and across the line, first place. With that racing V12 in the Saleen S1, this thing comes alive. That was actually pretty good. Like I say, it still lacks in the top speed. We hit 210, 215 maybe, somewhere around there. We could possibly get a little bit faster if we took the aero off, but still, fantastic car in S2-998. Let's go ahead and fit drift suspension, get this thing sideways. I'm going to be a little bit lazy. I'm going to download a tune. This has got a 2-star popularity and is built for drift adventure. Still 4-wheel drive, still 1,191 horsepower. Here we go then. Let's see what the Saleen S1 can do sideways. We're going to chuck it through S-Bends, one of my favourite drift tracks on Forza Horizon 4. Let's go. 90 to 100k, I reckon. I reckon it could probably do 110. Oh, 4-wheel drive saving us there. We're at the back of it, already at 40k. Swing it back, don't fall off the track. That's a backwards entry. Ooh. Just about saved it, maybe. 70k. It can do a lot better. I've let the car down massively. Still, 97,700. I'll take that. It's not too bad. I've hit the drift zone one more time, and this time we've hit 116,000 in the Saleen S1. That's not too bad at all. So there we go, the Saleen S1 in Forza Horizon 4. Might not be the quickest of race cars. It's definitely got the handling to be a race car, but it is definitely a very good drift car and probably one of the better looking cars to be added to Forza Horizon 4. I mean, look at it. It looks absolutely incredible. But as always, thank you so much for watching. If you are new around here, definitely consider subscribing. A like rating would be much appreciated. Stay safe and have an awesome day.